Hello everyone, welcome to Starice TV, and today, actually roughly 2 hours ago, a pro qualification ended with a battle between Lukáš Podpěra and Šimara. So in this video I want to review the game and break it down who is the new European professional. But before I start, let me quickly tell a joke. So after all those shocking results of the last year in European Go, when an amateur won a European Championship, then an amateur won Grand Slam, today we got a new sensation. An amateur won a pro qualification. And let's jump into this game. So we have Lukáš as white, Jan as black, and the game begins with a diagonal fusaki. So black and white get the opposite corners. Actually, let me quickly explain. This is the third game of their best of 3 match, because this tournament uses best of 3 matches system. So to win a match against an opponent, you must win 2 games against him. And this is the last game, because Lukáš won the first game of the final, Jan won the second game, and there is the third. Jan plays Kakari, and they get a simple Joseki with really a lot of possible follow-ups. Black can play from this side, white can do whatever he wants as well. Lukáš plays Šimara. Then Jan attacks this corner, and there is no need to break it down really much. This is a Joseki, no need to explain something else. And then Jan plays Šimara. I'm sorry, I couldn't hesitate to implement this joke. Just no other way. Jan plays Šimara, just great. And then Lukáš attacks this corner, and we get another Joseki, also very simple. This is a modern way to play this position. Before, white often just played on the side, sometimes maybe go to the corner or keima. This is the new way, which was invented by the bots and is played really a lot now. Then Jan takes the lower side, Lukáš plays on the left side. We can see the fusaki is very simple, and Lukáš was the one to not overcomplicate things in this game, because it is his style to play calm, to play passive and win calm games. So Jan starts some fight right here. Q13 is a way to create some agi, create some weaknesses, and when white connects here, which he has to do obviously, black cuts from this side. And there is another way to play this position for black, which includes playing this hand and Atari first. But sometimes it is also worse, because white can play here, and he cannot do this in this position, because if white plays like this, then black didn't make these exchanges, and those exchanges are not good. So the fact that black wouldn't have to play them is good for black, and white can't play this move now. That's why p14 before all those center moves. So Lukáš plays here, and he could connect from this side. He played actually just here, and Jan cut. This move was possible, but Q16 again creates Miai, and then white loses this stone, which is not really bad. It's not too bad, because white's still alive. He got into the center. He also saved a lot of territory, but Lukáš chose not to play like this. Also, he could try to save the stone, but it is obviously not possible. Actually, it is kind of possible, because there is this move, and if black captures 3 stones, this is a sacrifice. And if this move, then this, then black survives, then white runs, which is still good for black. So yeah, white cannot save the stone, and Lukáš chose not to create any fight, to not complicate anything, and just connected and played Tanuki. So yeah, he sees that there is some Moyo could appear in this side of the board, and he reduces the influence with Keima. Black responds, taking out of territory on the top side, and white makes another move, like here, between 2 influences. So we play in between to reduce the opponent's influence and get more influence for ourselves. This is pretty simple. Then f4. This is one of several ways to attack this Ogame Šimari. There are really a lot of moves that could be played in this position, and of course f4 is not a mistake by any means. There are no mistakes yet in this game, and like will not be. Those players are strong. They're playing in the final of European Pro Qualification. Like, why do you want to see mistakes here? And this is a Joseki again. White connects. Some people could play this Atari first, but it only connects black stones and give them good shape, like Hadzama from this stone, or Keima from this stone, or maybe Hadzama from this stone. And it was all good for black, so white plays this move to not connect the shape for black and to not let him get a good position here. And usually, if there is no this stone, black plays this move, but if you play this move now, white gets c7, which is a huge vital point, not nice, and this is why Jan plays c7 in this position. Lukan takes a territory on the left side with this call move. Again, you can see he's playing very steady, just passive, but gets a lot of territory. This move, though, could look like it is aggressive, because it jumps so far, it could get cut, but no worries, it's nothing too bad, because black group is still not alive, and he has to save it, obviously. And now Lukan could just capture here, so it's kind of unnecessary. White has these stones, so he just jumps to get more influence, and again to reduce the influence of the opponent. So this shape, of course, kind of grabs this territory, but there are weaknesses, and Jan uses them with c15 and d14. Obviously, you cannot cut this shape, because black will get this Atari, and then this Atari, and then just demolition of white position. So extend, and Jan plays calm, like it's his turn to play passive moves, and Lukan gets to capture this stone. So he doesn't get this territory, but he got this stone, which is also important. And then L5, which is another important move, because black has this influence, and he has to play in this area to try to get more. And actually, a funny thing I noticed, like all of these moves which I'm showing right now, like none of them loses more than 1 point according to my computer I use, which is kind of funny, but yeah, L5 is the most natural one, I guess. It's just, we are not bots, we play like humans. Humans play like obvious for humans moves. And then moves like K16, H16, just center moves, because yeah, there is no need for white to use some other possibilities for the top side. It is obviously black's territory, it will obviously be a black's territory in the future, so these moves create an over concentration, a lot of black stones don't get a lot of territory, and white gets some center and then invades the right side. You have to do it at some point, because if you don't, then black would just save too much territory. So the stone is getting attacked, obviously. Like, what should you do if a stone invades your territory? You should attack it. Okay. And attachment is one of the most used ways to build a shape inside opponent's moyo. So if we get some extension, then white can easily jump. If we get Hane, you get to Hane back. And this is how white can easily build a shape. In this game, Jan played Hane, Lukan responded with Hane as well. And yeah, there is no way to cut this position. Okay, of course, black can do this, but then he will lose inside this area. So he will get destroyed from the other side. So he plays this move, and then simple connection. Actually, in this position, he could play this move. And if white extends, he connects, and these stones are bad. So Lukan would have to play like this, and to leave with the group on the right side, which would be a little bit better for black maybe, but not too much. And this move is again not a mistake, maybe inaccuracy at most. So then this move, and if black extends the stone, white gets this move, which is impossible to close because Atari and Atari, black loses his 4 stones. So he would have to play something like this, and white will just escape easily. Also this Agi begins to work again. If black connects, then you get to extend, maybe play this, and San. And this is why Jan didn't extend the stone, he just sacrificed it. Sacrifice is a good option, obviously, always. Because the group is still attacked. Like, black is getting territory while attacking white's group. This is what the teachers told us to do. And Lukan actually doesn't rush to live with his group immediately. He creates some weaknesses instead, because this move actually gets some threats in this area, and his next move is R10, which is a direct threat to play this move and or maybe Atari and then this move. And those 4 stones are in danger, so Jan connects. This stone helps white to destroy black's territory on the right side and helps to live with his group in the future. But now he'll have to run anyway, because also this is an attack of those black stones. And this was like the first choice of black I questioned in this game, because I don't know why wouldn't you play this move. Like, white is not getting cut here, because he can just give 2 stones up and it will actually just kill black's center. But black can do it just to play this move next, and then to enclose white's group. And it is good for white. It is good for black, I'm sorry. Because, yeah, white lived in black's area, but these stones are weak, and black got a lot of compensation for letting white's group to survive. But this move just lets white get this vital point, and though black captures these 2 stones, it is Geta, by the way. Funny to see. Actually, wait, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's better to play like this, because here there are some Agi about these stones. So you could actually just accidentally get killed on the right side. But still, it's Geta, and position is maybe a little bit preferable for black. But what happened on the left side was the most important in middle game, as I would say, because with the move e5, actually e6, very beautiful move, because just in the middle of black shape, it just kicks everywhere. So many threats around here. Jan just finds beautiful move b10 inside white's territory, and if you play like this, white could die. So Lukan plays this move, and yeah, just it is a big loss for black. Black just gets a lot of points very easily, and in this variation, which did not happen in the game, but still, white would get some territory, black would leave, get some points, and the position is still kind of even, a little bit better for black. But what Lukan did, he played d7, and this move completely abandons the idea of building a territory here, because black just connects and he is alive in center. He is alive in center, and also all this territory of white is destroyed, and all white got for this is this Moyo, which is not really a territory because black just played this move. So here the problems for Lukan began, because he is 5 points behind, just at least, maybe it was even more at this moment. And let me just tell something about this final very quickly again. For Lukan, this game is a 6th game he can win to become a professional. So he participated in most of pro qualifications before, maybe even in all of them. I didn't manage to check all the statistics before I record the video. And he even played in the finals. Like, this is his 4th final, by the way. And in 2014 he lost to Ali Jabarin in the final, so Ali became a pro. You must know about it. Then in 2019, I believe, he lost to Tanguy in the final. And in 2021, Stanisław Fredek became a pro after winning 2-1 against Lukan in the final. Again, it was a best of 3 match. So this game is a 6th chance for Lukan to become a pro after winning just 1 game. And Jan Šimara is almost the opposite, because it is his 2nd pro qualification, I believe. He only played in 2014, also getting knocked out by Ali Jabarin. Funny storyline. And they play in the final, both from Czechia. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. You hopefully know that by yourself, but still, Czech Republic participants here. Here Jan could play a better move than N13. I just started this position, and L13 was the move Katarina recommended to me in this position, which is very beautiful and very sketchy, but it works. It just works. What is the purpose of this move? Of course, you threaten to play A with mi B and C. Also, white is looking at D, maybe saving stones from Geta, but not right now. Right now, this wouldn't work. Stones are still dead. But this move is more aggressive, and yeah, if white plays here, you can just take. And what is the difference between this position and this position is Atari. I mean, it is an Atari now, and it wouldn't be here. So Lukan gets to play this Atari and capture 2 stones. Still, position is better for black, and Yosa begins. Like, we're in move 120, and Yosa begins. And you can see this is just a lot of time before the video ends, so the Yosa promised to be long. And no mistakes found in this area, so they just played good moves, big moves, getting a lot of territory. Something weird started just a little bit later. By the way, this is the position I first, when I first looked at this game, because today I also played in a tournament, in the local Moscow tournament, and when I arrived home, I opened my computer, I see this, and you see white is losing. Lukan is definitely a favorite to win this tournament, but yeah, very difficult game for him. Here S18 is actually a little bit of a mistake, because S17 would save core threats, and here there is still threat for the future. Could happen, and S4 is an interesting way to play. It threatens to live in the corner, something like this, so Jan plays here, and T7 seems like it could maybe connect these stones, but it just doesn't, because there is this move, and like there is nothing, and also there is nothing here. So Lukan tries A8, a move which is definitely not going to kill Black's group. Black's group is just alive, it's a standard shape. If you have 4 stones on the 3rd line and these stones are alive, the group is also alive. Just note that for yourself. And A8, it could be a try to play some beautiful Yosa, but then Lukan just plays this, and you know what? This move, like these 2 moves, actually this 1 move, just lost Lukan another 2 points. Because if you play regular Yosa in this position, like this move, this, there are 6 points which black gets. And in the game, actually wait, I probably missed some. Wait, of course, there is, actually I forgot which was the thing. Wait, yeah, because here you play A8. Lukan messed up the order of moves. He played A8 first and then A3, and he should have started with this move, because now he is able to play A8, and now the territory here is only 4 points. 4, not 6. So he loses another 2 points here, and the game becomes worse and worse for him. Here, the best recommended move by AI is just to save territory in this area, because white is losing it, losing all of it, because of this center. Like if you connect, you could just die with all these stones. But what happens is a cut and echo. Lucan starts echo, but if he loses it, he loses everything. Like these stones are dying. The AI estimate of this position is black plus 15, I believe. Like this game is just won by black. So they play co threats, nothing special. And actually here Jan can win a game in one move. Well, not exactly, because it's a long variation, and if you play it, you have to prove it working. But like this, black can cut white's group, and even if white plays this move to build an eye, black can play this move to not let him get a second, and this score, black can win it, because he has a lot of co-threats, just a lot of them. First, still local threats, these Atari are possible, and then this group, which ran through the entirety of the game, and still is not alive. So, I mean, it is alive, but there are a lot of co-threats, like C, then D, because you already have a B stone, and just white would just die, and he has no threats, unless maybe this move is a threat, but this is already not. Wait, this is also a threat, I believe. But if you play here for white, you just die, because this same A is not possible to win. And also there is this problem. So, Jan didn't find it, Jan just connected, and Ko continued with some local threats incoming. And F12 is another mistake. Like, if these stones die, you could at least play some good Yose for them, like this move, and white cannot cut because Atari and this, again. I mean, not now, I'm sorry, I blended Atari, it is possible. But like this, there are first a lot of co-threats, and second, you don't give up more territory than white already has. So, first mistake, and then Lucan plays these moves as his co-threats, which is a huge improvement, because he can do it now. He couldn't do it before because his group was not connected. Like, black would not respond and just kill white's group here. But now, white plays these threats for himself, like those threats that his opponent could play. And he gets some chance, and a little bit later in this fight, we get H2, another questionable move, because this co-threat is not big, and what it does, it lets white play this move before answering co-threat, because like if you play this, white plays another co-threat, like anything, maybe even this, and then he plays here and continues, and now he got this move, and now when he got this move, his group is alive, and there are no good co-threats for that, like to kill it, because there are possibility to connect here, to make an eye here, and to make an eye here. And there is a first eye already here. So now, black doesn't have more co-threats, almost. White has this, and move g4 was played on the last second of the timeout. The Fisher control, the Fisher time, I don't remember how much did they have in the beginning, maybe 75 minutes or something, and they have 30 seconds additional for every move. So this move was played on the last second, and it is a mistake, because it is not a good co-threat, it is not big. White can just connect, and like all black has in this area is this Atari, this move, and you cannot play here, by the way, because Atari and 5 stones die. So white has to play this move, and yeah, black gets some Yose. Like, there is some Yose, and he played all of these moves almost instantly to gain some time, to think more for the future. But that 10 or even 17 at some point points advantage which black had, it's gone. there is none of it. Like, actually, white is leading now. Lukan is winning by 1.5 points, I think, if I remember correctly, by the Katrine estimate. And the Yosa continues. It's move 250 at the moment. By the way, I am not displaying captured stones on the screen. There are 21 for white, 16 for black. You can count points yourself if you want. Like, really, you can pause the video and do it, just to study. Why not? And they play Yosa. T8 is a good move. O8 is a forced move almost, because if black gets it, then all these are not a points for white anymore, and he gets at least those 4 points by playing this move. Also, he would not have to let me show. He would not have to play this move to connect his group and leave with it. So then this Yosa, this Yosa, this is also Santa Yosa, and white is leading by 1 point, I think, 1.5 points, or maybe half point. By the way, this game is played by Chinese rules. The Komi is 7.5 and Liberty counts. The move E7 connects from this Atari, which would capture this stone and get 2 points. And K1 is worth 3 points, because if you let white play it, then you would have to protect from this Agi in the end of the game. Actually, if you let white play these moves instantly, like these exchanges, then it would worth even 4 points, because now black has to add 2 moves instead of 1. So 3 points move here. And did you remember when black played this move? What it does is that it threatens to play T10 and get a ko on that white stone. And what Lukan could do easily in this position is just to connect a stone. And it is difficult to evaluate this position, who is winning. Like, it is kind of possible to read the sequence till the end of the game and count the points. And I could do it in offline mode, of course, not too difficult. And actually the result is that if this is played, then white wins by half point. If I didn't mess up variations, and if I didn't mess up anything, like this, if you just close all the liberties left, yeah, I'm correct. This is the last move on the board, the last liberty, and if you count points now, I'll double check. Yeah, white wins by half point. So this is what could happen here. But Lukan did not play it. He got scared of this Agi. Like, did you see? Black played this Atari, and this, which does not kill, but it is some Yosa. So he connected, he protected from it. But now we get disco, and the game goes on. Like, the show must go on, right? Show must go on. The story doesn't end here. So now black has a chance again, because if he gets this stone, it is like 4 points Yosa in total, and a comeback is possible. But right now, actually a few more moves. Right now, black is running out of co threats. He has one good co threat left, and white has more. Anyway, right? He has this move. Actually, he has also one. Yeah, he has also only one co threat. But if black plays this one, then white plays this one, and he wins the core easily. So he tries to play some other co threat, and Lukan could just ignore it, I think. Yeah, he could just ignore it. He could play just connect, I believe. Yes, and this, again, if you finish this position till the end, connect this core. I don't remember, maybe black has to win this core. Yeah, I think he has more core threats, and he has to connect it in the end. No, wait, maybe I messed it up. I think here black wins by half point, because he gets the last liberty. No, apparently white wins, actually by 1.5, kind of, because white gets last liberty, and still black gets last liberty and still loses. So, again, Lukan had to Tanuki this move, but he answered. And why did he do that? Because he saw that he has b19. b19 is a core starting a core, like, yes, a core threat, and then he can play this, but black can play this, and white can play this, and then black finally got a core threat, and he could play this, this, this. I kind of hoped it would happen, and funny story that, like this, if we get to here, black got another core threat. Like, with this exchange, he can play this, but this core threat also loses 1 point, because without it, white would have to add a move, but now he doesn't have to. So this would also lose a game for black. But Lukan captures this core, and it is a mistake. Why is it? Because he wasted his core threat. Now black just connects, and white simply cannot win this core. He just cannot win it because black has 1 core threat left. And by the way, did you remember I told you about this move? Which could be here, and there could be no core threat here. But there is, and black plays it, and he plays this core, and he wins this core. And now, like, we got only 3 moves left to finish the game, here, here, and here, some cores. And here players left these cores unplayed because of some Chinese rules difficulty. I will just not explain it. It's easy. Black gets 1, white gets 1. It's fair. But they do it on the last possible moment. And as you can see, black gets last move placed on the board. And if you count points here after passes, we get 185 for black and 183.5 for white. So Jan wins this game by 1.5 points. And allegedly becomes a new European professional, the 9th European professional, if I'm not mistaken. And this is it. This is very sad result for Lukan. It's just heartbreaking to play the 4th final of Pro Qualification, the 6th game, which if you win, you become a pro, and to lose it, and again with such horror ending, so many plot twists. Yeah, so black just had better position, but some miracle in Yosa with a core in this area. Wait, in this area, this core. This core saved Lukan the game. He saved the game, but then he threw at the end with this core. And these cores, yeah, very difficult. Yeah, and this is pretty much it. The game is over. Congrats to Jan for getting to a Euro Pro status with a rating, incoming rating of 2591, I believe, which is the anti-record, anti-high score for the rating to become a Euro Pro with. And yeah, apologies to Lukan, very sad. Hopefully, yeah, get more psychological, I don't know, it's just very bad. I feel like Lukan is just too scared to lose these finals, and this is why he just cannot do it. It's a curse, it's a curse. So I hope it was an interesting video. It is my 2nd video on this channel in English language. I might got some mistakes there. I'm sorry for that. Hopefully it was still fine. As usually, press like, subscribe, so on, and see you in the future. Bye bye.